Hi everybody, welcome to your Jupiter conjunct Uranus transit in the sign of Taurus. Okay, this occurs actually at 2:27 a.m. April 21st, and it has taken all this time. Okay, Jupiter moved into Taurus last year on May 17th. Okay, and the planet Uranus has been in Taurus for many years now, and actually will briefly move into Gemini next year. That is the next sign it will be transiting anyway, so it's getting ready to leave Taurus and move into Gemini, just like Jupiter is. Okay, Jupiter is moving into Gemini on May 26th of this year. 26th, yeah. So that's how it's taken this amount of time from Jupiter being in Taurus since May of last year all the way up to April 21st, reaching the same degree as the planet Uranus. They're both in 21 degrees right now, which is what's giving us this wonderful conjunction. Okay, wherever you have Taurus in your chart is where even this whole year, okay, even before this conjunction, some kind of good fortune, no matter how small, entered your life in some way or other. And that's what this transit exists for. It doesn't necessarily have to happen on this day or tomorrow or even yesterday. Whenever this aspect will be in effect for quite some time. Okay, even if it happens in like nice little pieces of good fortune, or just one solid event that happens that just alters everything, like in your favor. So it could bring about, good fortune in any sense, but also freedom. This is one of those transits where major wanderlust, you know what I mean? Just taking off and just doing whatever you want to do. Maybe, again, jumping in that car and just driving off to no known destination. It's wanderlust. Anyway, now for your forecast. Hi, Aries. So, for you, this conjunction is taking place in your second house where you have the sign of Taurus. Your second house is earned income, your possessions, your valuables, your personal values, your sense of self-worth, your investments, whatever. It's a money house, okay? So you've had ups and downs here, just having Uranus here, sudden windfalls, then maybe possibly sudden losses, or just a fluctuation of money off and on. Usually, though, it was constant. I mean, you've always had money. You weren't without. Okay. So I would have to say this is one of those sudden windfall kind of things that possibly you've already planned for. Could be an investment that you've already made that pays off like really big time. If you've listened to my previous videos, you know that occasionally I tell you to play the lottery during, certain times or certain months or whatever, when aspects are even better for you to win, okay? But this is one of those times, obviously, to play the lottery. Not just on this day. I mean, this planet, this aspect is in effect for a while, okay? So it's just something like that, a sudden windfall, financial, or possessions, or could even be something that you've been waiting on. Maybe you were waiting for money, the check is in the mail kind of thing, and maybe it finally comes and it's possibly larger than you expected. I want to say a raise of some kind, though there's not, there's really no indication of anything, work-related kind of in this, at this time. Okay, so it could just be something that you've done yourself that is really, really financially paying off. Okay. So for Taurus, okay, so obviously you're the one, out of everyone in the zodiac that gets to experience this transit firsthand, okay? This is being in the right place at the right time. This is occurring in your first house, okay, where you have Taurus, right? Your rising sign. Everything, okay? Just having Jupiter and Uranus here like all this time since last year has brought a lot of unexpected opportunities into your life. Jupiter itself was supposed to bring opportunities into your life, but totally out of the blue, things were happening, even people coming into your life, you know, that are really, really good for you. And that's kind of like what this is. You are the center of attention. This is almost like having planets in your 10th house, your most public house. You know, you could receive some kind of award at this time, and it could be financial, but it could be anything. I would have to say it's just good fortune all around. Either, you know, a person coming into your life or an opportunity of a lifetime, okay, that grants you possibly total freedom to do whatever it is that you have always wanted to do. You know, in fact, this could just be you finally acting up. You know, it's the last straw on the camel's back, right? You and society, or you and your family, or you and whomever, you're just like, I'm going to be myself. I don't give a shit what you think. Okay, so for Gemini, okay, this is occurring in your 12th house. Okay, 12th house is behind the scenes. Okay, it's activities by you or someone else in secret, kind of. You know, this is a house of confidences and secrets. Having Jupiter here, though, usually means that someone has been helping you the whole time that Jupiter has been here since last year, helping you behind the scenes, whether or not you know it. You know, it could be somebody just looking out for you. It could be for any reason. You know, planets are in Pisces right now. That is the sign that, as far as Neptune and Saturn, okay, long-term planets, in your 10th house of your career. Okay, this is where you have the sign of Pisces, and both, again, Saturn and Neptune are here. So it could be somebody watching your back at work, you know. Especially, again, with Saturn and Neptune in your 10th house, not a fun combination to begin with, but to have it in your most public house and possibly having to deal with a higher up all the time, you know, maybe there was someone else, like, kind of like protecting you in a way. But you could possibly be told the most awesome, massive secret, whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, or given information that really puts you far ahead of anyone else because they're unaware of it. They don't know it, only you know it, or whomever told you something, okay? Because this is the house of secrets. This is sometimes hidden knowledge in a way. Okay, so this is all happening behind the scenes. So there's something going down, either with you or regarding you behind the scenes, that is very, very beneficial in some way or other. It's going to put you in a better place. You have to remember Jupiter's moving into your sign next month. Okay, so there's something happening now that is like really making that even more worthwhile. Okay. You know, not that it wouldn't be even on its own, but the combination of Jupiter and Uranus together, no matter where it is just very sudden, good fortune, beneficial, you know, moves by you or someone else, being in the right place at the right time. But to me, it looks like having knowledge that no one else has, that puts you like as a front runner in some way or other. Okay, so for Cancer, this conjunction is occurring in your 11th house. This is where you have the sign of Taurus. This is the house of friends and acquaintances, socializing in person or online, where you would normally go to hang out, any group or organization that you belong to, and also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Okay, so obviously something is going down here. I would think that, I would hope that one of your dreams is coming true. Okay, having Uranus here, as long as it has been, it has brought a lot of very kind of different or unusual but interesting people into your circle of friends or organization that you may belong to. One of them has really been eye-opening for you, turning you on to like a lot of different things that maybe you would never have encountered if it wasn't for this person. If that person hasn't entered your life, then this, you know, yet, this could be the transit that does that. A person or an organization coming into your life that just expands your whole, you know, your, not just your social life, but like your like linking your interest, you know, your goals with a group or organization, or even just one person that brings your goal or your dream like within reach. See ya. Hi, Leo. Okay, so this conjunction is taking place in your 10th house, where you have the sign of Taurus. Okay, 10th house is your most public house. It is your house of your career. It is how you're known by reputation, though, both professionally and personally. So this is your personal status too. Okay, it's how people speak about you publicly, even on social media. Okay, stuff like that, whatever. Anyway, obviously, okay, Jupiter's been here since last year, and usually when Jupiter's transiting here, you get a promotion of some kind. So in most people, it's like within their career, but some people could possibly just be in their status, you know, their personal status. All of a sudden, they're the talk of the town. They're really popular. For whatever reason. Doesn't have to be anything that they've even done. They're just suddenly the most popular person around, whatever. Also, though, this is a time where you could just be, you know, thrust into the spotlight, being in the right place at the right time, or you know, suddenly, like a lot of times, you know, being like the, you know, interviewed by a news crew, you know, about something or other that happened, you know, that you witnessed, or something like that. You know what I mean? You're just, and then suddenly, like, everybody sees it, you know, that clip is like all over the place. It could happen. You just never know. There's so many possibilities here. You can win an award of some kind that you didn't even know you were up for, you know, or win something, okay? This is the house of fame and fortune, and this transit is fame and fortune, more or less. You can be given the opportunity to, you know, lead some group of people, on wherever you would like to lead them, you know what I mean? But you could also have the opportunity to travel, okay, possibly to another country, or be kind of like a liaison between your country and another country, or even culture. You know what I mean? You are like the it girl or it boy at this time, so enjoy it while you can, okay? So for, let's see here, Virgo. This transit is occurring in your 9th house, okay? This is where you have the sign of Taurus, and the 9th house is the house of adventure. Okay, Jupiter does well here. It is the natural ruling planet of the 9th house, right? So with Uranus here at the same time, you know, you have had more than likely contact with people from different parts of the world, or just from a completely different background, or even a different culture than yours, like on and off, you know. Since Jupiter's been here last year, I'd have to say that's increased, you know, your contact with people from a different culture, or who live in another country. Even doesn't necessarily have to be by phone or email. Even this could be the 9th house is an internet house. It is social media, also media and publishing. So you could have had a lot more contact with people from foreign countries, okay? You know, more often than you have in the past, let's put it that way. So you could, of all the signs, I would have to say, have a chance to really travel, just totally out of the blue. The opportunity has always been there with combination of these two planets here, you know, since Jupiter moved here in May of last year. But even more so now that there's a conjunction, okay? Also, this is the house of legal matters. So if there was something that was you were a part of, whether you're suing someone or you're being sued, whatever, I would have to say a legal matter is definitely going in your favor. Could even be some kind of like payout, a legal settlement of some kind. Also, you know, this is the house of higher learning. Yeah, the philosophy, religious and spiritual beliefs. This could be one of those times where you have some kind of breakthrough in this area. You may have like adopted another culture's ways. Maybe not entirely, but a certain part of something or other that seems to be working really, really well for you. Okay. Also, I do have to say, you could get a sudden phone call or email or just hear from somebody totally out of the blue, the last person in the world you would ever expect to hear from. Okay. So for Libra, this transit, you have Taurus, okay, is happening in your 8th house where you have the sign of Taurus. If you've listened to my previous videos, you know how many times I've already said that you more than likely are on someone's you're someone's beneficiary. Okay, you're named in someone's will, or someone is leaving you something, money, more than likely money, or a person that you don't even know, you know, but knows you or knows that you like something or other, you know, wants to leave you. Let's say, you know, you're a musician or something, and they know that you would really like a certain instrument that they have that could be something pretty valuable or, you know, famous even, okay? But Jupiter conjunct Uranus in a money house does mean the possibility of like huge payout, okay? Could be prize money, but the 8th house is other people's money and resources. Money coming to you through means other than earning it, such as a legal settlement, an insurance payout, a refund of some kind, a loan, a bank loan, or an increase in credit. Again, an inheritance, okay? Inheritance or legacy. And it's not always money. Doesn't always have to be money. Again, it could be something, you know, that is coming into your life that is, and as far as inheritance goes, no one has to die for you to inherit, okay? But if I were you, I would definitely play the lottery. I've mentioned that I don't know how many times. So, and not just on this day, for a few days if you possibly can. Okay, let me see. Okay, so for Scorpio, where this is happening is in your 7th house. Okay, that's where you have the sign of Taurus. Taurus is your opposite sign. It's directly across from your 1st house of Scorpio. 7th house is the house of close relationships and partnerships, whether they're business, romantic, or friendship. This is also the house of arrangements and agreements. You know, this is the house of competition, though, also. Competitors, whatever. But you've had the planet Uranus here for a while, which means your close relationships, whether they are romantic or friendship or business, have been like really interesting. I'd have to say that. You know, you may have taken up with someone you would never have ever dated before, befriended, or done business with, okay? So you not only surprised yourself, you may have surprised other people too. Okay, with Jupiter here, Jupiter brought more people into your life to choose from, you know, better people, or just as good, or people that the kind of person you were actually looking for. You know, the 7th house is the marriage house, right? So a marriage of a business, even if you're not in business with someone, it's someone that you do business with, okay? But this is a freedom-loving transit, you know, and if ever you were going to break away from a relationship, this would probably be the time for that, okay? Or your partner or whomever will be the one to possibly break away. But it's just to be free. You know what I mean? You may feel that you don't want any kind of relationship, not just with this person. You're just not sure what you want right now. And, you know, you want to take a breather or whatever, okay? Or you could suddenly propose to someone, or somebody could suddenly propose to you, and you just may run off and get married, you know? Could be something like that. One of those kind of events that enters your life that you weren't really planning on. See ya. Hi, Sagittarius. So, where you have Taurus in your chart is your 6th house, okay? 6th house is the workplace, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, your work schedule, the very building or whatever where you work. Also your house of health and your house of service to others. And by service to others, I mean, you know, someone needs help from you, and so they ask you for a favor, and in turn offer to do something for you. So you both benefit from the arrangement, okay? 6th house is also the house of small pets, too. So I have to say right off, you know, cat or dog could show up on your doorstep, or a rabbit or whatever, okay? Anything. It's always a possibility. But anyways, so having Uranus in your 6th house for the past so many years has brought about a lot of changes in the kind of work that you do, and especially the desire to be self-employed if you've been working for someone all along, someone else, okay? So by now you could already be self-employed, or this is your opportunity to do just that, this conjunction. Break free of whomever you may possibly work for, or you know, the possibility is there, okay, for you to start your own business at this time. This is what Uranus was leading up to this whole time while it's been transiting here, is kind of nudging you in that direction to be self-employed, okay? Also, though, you know, it has brought about a really creative side of you, like any thing that you've ever done, possibly in the past, you know, that you did for, like, fun, okay, something that you thought was fun. You find that now you could actually earn money doing it, you know what I mean? So this is one of those times to take that chance if the opportunity arises, which it should, you know. Even someone from your past, someone that you used to work with, either a co-worker or a company that you used to work for, they may have been trying to find you. They want you to work again on something, even if it's just temporary, or want to know if you would like a position with them again, you know. You may also have a new client approaching you that didn't know that you did this or that, or whatever, or they are aware of whatever kind of work you do, and they're, you know, they're becoming, it could be a pretty prestigious client, let's put it that way, okay? So, you know, that's the whole thing here, is if you take a chance on yourself at this time, as far as branching out, I'm not telling you to quit your job and go off on your own, but while you are still working possibly for someone else, now is the time to venture out on your own, to work for yourself, okay? As far as health goes, when Jupiter is here, sometimes it does lead a little bit to weight gain, but when Jupiter is here, it also usually brings about good health or better health than maybe what you've had. So this could be the last final thing, you know, maybe you've been struggling with something. Taurus does rule the throat and neck. Could be your voice, that's another thing that I have to say. As far as work goes, maybe you have not contemplated using your voice. Either you sing or you speak, you know. You need a YouTube channel. Especially with having Pluto in the 3rd house. Pluto's in Aquarius right now. 3rd house is an internet house, okay? Big communication house. So if you don't already have a YouTube channel, or a podcast of some kind, this is the time to do that, okay? But use your voice, and if you sing, really get out there and you know, do that an awful lot more. But anyways, if you were having problems in this area, your throat or neck, hopefully, you either found a solution, you found a doctor to visit that, you know, has come up with some kind of way to, I don't know, treat your symptoms or relieve whatever completely, okay? Breakthrough in some way or other regarding your health. And as far as service to other goes, you know, you may have been helping someone and they've been helping you and vice versa, and hopefully that is done with. It's not an ongoing thing, it's not a forever thing, okay? But someone remembers you for doing this, you know, for helping them possibly when no one else would, okay? So you could benefit from that in some way or other. They're, you know, really thankful. Gratitude is a big deal here at this time, you know, so someone could show you in some way or other, very surprisingly, how much they appreciate all the help you've given them. Okay, so for Capricorn, Taurus is your 5th house. Fun, very fun, okay? Your 5th house is the house of fun, okay? Romance, creativity, gambling, speculation, any form of entertainment, children, anything to do with children. This is like dancing and theater, you know, any form of creativity like photography and drama and dance and, you know, whatever. Okay, so having the planet Uranus here has had you, you know, the past few years, okay, has had you possibly dating someone a lot younger than you or a lot older than you, or someone completely different than you've ever experienced before. You know, your friends or family might look at them side-eyed like, you know, they're really, you know, wild or different or whatever than what they're used to seeing you with, okay? So, but, you know, with Jupiter here, Jupiter brought in even more opportunities for romance, you know, new people coming into your life, but also creativity, okay? And speculation and gambling. You know, gambling isn't a big thing for Capricorns or most earth signs, okay? But at this time, you know, it would be a really good idea to take a gamble on yourself, okay? If there is something you do that is creative and you've always thought, oh, maybe I should try this or maybe I should try that, or, you know, if it's like collaborating possibly with other people, maybe forming a band of some kind, or if you do something like write or you paint or you film, whatever, this is the time to take, you know, speculate on yourself. It's also the time to play the lottery. So, you know, I have to say that as far as gambling goes, or whatever kind of gambling you do. Go to a casino or something like that. But very sudden things happening within your love life. You know, I don't want to say a breakup of any kind, but this is a freedom-loving transit. You know, either you or someone you're involved with wants their freedom, or, you know, completely, or they just want to change the relationship to where they can just come and go as they please, and etc. Okay? Same thing with, let's say, like a creative project, okay? You know, you could finally have, like, the, you know, your freedom in, if you're in a collaboration, as to how the project is going to go. It's going to go the way you would like it to go. Okay? So, for Aquarius, you have Taurus on the 4th house. Okay? 4th house is your home life, your family, where you physically live and the property surrounding it. It's your personal life. Also, anyone you live with, like a roommate or whatever. It's also your past and your childhood and the very foundation of how you were raised, okay? So Uranus here, you know, has been here for a few years and has brought about, a lot of ups and downs in this area. You may, if you have roommates, they were like, it was like a revolving door. You had constantly a new roommate, or just weird crap happening, in wherever you were living or whomever you were living with. If you have a family, like an immediate family, even then, off the wall kind of stuff might happen. At home, with, let's say, children, even possibly, you have to watch out for little accidents maybe at this time. But also, I'd have to say anything electronic, especially like appliances breaking down or just acting up, and then being fined, like after you go through all this trouble of, I guess, trying to fix it, only to find out that it either fixed itself or something weird like that. It was always something off the wall that, even if it was an electrical outlet, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. Okay. But anyways, with Jupiter here, though, brought really, really nice things into your life, like as far as your home goes. Your home is seriously your castle, no matter where it is that you live. But you may have even moved or maybe build on to whatever it is you already have. But Jupiter here does kind of means sometimes that you have a sudden opportunity possibly to move, okay, or somebody makes you such an offer on your home, it's like way a way lot more than what you feel your home is worth. It's something to consider, but that doesn't mean that you're going to move. But there's just some kind of really good fortune possibly going on here. This could even be something weird. I mean, like finding, buried treasure in your yard, or doing some research on your property and finding out that it could possibly be historic, in some way or other, or, something unusual possibly happened on in your home or the land surrounding it or something or other. But it's something to check into. Okay, so for, Pisces. Okay, you have Taurus in your third house, and your third house is big communication and local travel, okay? It is your house of your everyday life, the people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, like the gas station, the post office, grocery store, library, something or other. This is where like regular postal mail falls, but also email, text message, voicemail, any form of communication, okay? It's also an internet house. It's also the written word, house of contracts, along with the seventh house, but this is the written part of it. And local travel, like overnight, day trip, or weekend trip, something like that, okay? So, having the planet Uranus here, it's also your neighborhood, okay? Your neighborhood and your neighbors, your siblings and your cousins, and old classmates from like grade school, whatever. So, just having the planet Uranus here the past few years has meant that possibly there was some like kind of wild stuff going on in your neighborhood, possibly. You could have had a new neighbor move in that was very interesting, though. But there was like never a dull moment for a while there, on and off. Your actual regular mail could possibly go to neighbors like all the time, even though you've corrected it how many times. And just communications, you may be on the receiving end of someone else's message, or your message sometimes doesn't get through to whomever it was you were trying to reach. Things like that. Communications are very surprising, though, in your life. Just very sudden, totally out of the blue. Now, with Jupiter here since last year, I would have to say that you've had a lot of opportunities to travel within your, like, tri-state area. Either a day trip, overnight trip, or a weekend trip, or even just doing more things within your own area, maybe visiting places you haven't been to like since you were a kid, or new businesses in your area that really enhanced your neighborhood, made it better in some way or more convenient in some way or other. And you know, you had, I would have to say, an increase in communications with anyone. You know, you may notice that you have a lot more contact maybe with your neighbors, or just regular postal mail, or that you were just possibly, let's say, on the internet, socializing online a lot more than maybe you have. You know, if you have a website or a podcast or something or other, I would have to say that it really, if it hasn't taken off already, it would probably do so under this transit. Okay, this transit brings about sudden opportunity just totally out of the blue. So I believe, you know, if you haven't started something like that and always wanted to, now would be the time to even start. As long as you start it under this transit, it almost has like a lasting effect from this transit. Okay, see ya.